Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday to you. It's Monday when I'm making this. We are going to get into our next lesson, Unit 4, Lesson 4. Unit 4, Lesson 4 is all about solving equations with variables on both sides. Kind of a review of distributive property here, just to kind of show you that there. 2 times x plus 3, 2 times x, plus 2 times 3, which is 6. 2 times x plus 3 is 2x plus 6 if I use the distributive property. Hey, let's get into this. So if you notice this, we typically have problems that are like 4x plus 3 equals 7, and then we solve for the variable. However, at this point, we have variables on both sides of the equations. And so, important key note here is that you want to move the variable with the smaller value. Meaning, if we're looking at these numbers here, what value of the variable is smaller? Is 5d smaller or is 4d smaller? In this case, 4d is smaller. And the reason why we do this is because it eliminates one step towards the end. What you're going to do, if you move the 5d, what you would end up with is a negative number. And your answer can't be negative d equals something. Okay, that's not the variable by itself. You need it to be a positive variable. So we move the smaller to the bigger, and when we move the smaller to the bigger, we keep a variable positive. So let's look at this problem. We said 4d is smaller, so I want to move that. Let's move the 4d. Well, positive 4d, we subtract 4d. Remember, it's the opposite operation. And whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side. Over here, our 4d's cancel. I'm left with 8, and that equals 5d minus 4d is just 1d. So d equals 8. And you're done. You can check it. Hey, this check process over here tells you if you did or did not get it right. With 8 as our answer for D, we use substitution. 4 times D now becomes 4 times 8. We want to know, does that equal 5 times D, which is now 8. So this is 8 plus, well, what's 4 times 8? 4 times 8 is 32. 5 times 8 is 40. 32 plus 8 is 40, and 40 equals 40. So we proved that D does indeed equal 8 in this problem, because these numbers ended up the same. And that's it. All you're doing is moving one variable to the other side to combine your like terms in the other variable. Question 2. Same thing, but now we have constants and variables on both sides. So what do? Do you move the constant first or do you move the variable first? Well, really, it doesn't matter, but typically we say that we move the constant first. So let's just use multiply or solve our two-step equations, our multi-step equations here. But first, I want to identify which one's smaller, 6n or 4n. And we know 4n is smaller, so we're going to end up moving the 4n over here, which means I want to move the constant to the other side that's on this side. Okay, negative 1 plus 1. Same thing to both sides. These cancel. We're left with 6n equals 4n minus 5. And we said we're moving that 4n because it's smaller than 6n. Opposite of 4n is negative 4n. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do the other. We keep it balanced. Our 4n's cancel. We're left with negative 5. Oh, sorry. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. I forgot to actually do the math there. Bounce back here. Negative 4. And we're left with negative 4 over here. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Sorry about that. 6n minus 4n is positive 2n. And then our last step of getting rid of the 2, this is 2 times n, so we're going to divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so we're left with n, which equals negative 4 divided by 2, which is negative 2. Let's prove it. 6 times n, which is negative 2, minus 1, equals 4 times n, which is -2, minus 5. 6 times -2 is -12 minus 1. 4 times -2 is -8 minus 5. -12 minus 1 is -13. -8 minus 5 is -13. We did indeed prove that it is -2. Great job. Okay, one more problem here. We have variables on both sides, 8a and 5a. What's smaller, 8a or 5a? And of course, 5a is smaller than 8a, so let's move the 5a to the other side of the equation. Again, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. 8a minus 5a is 3a. 5a minus 5a is 0, and we're left with 21. And then our last step, 3 times a, so we are dividing by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we're left with a equals 21 divided by 3 is 7. And you are done. Great job. That's part 1 of our video. We have one more part. Please check back for part 2. If you have any questions, comment below, send a message. Look forward to hearing from you.